We're entering the final quarter of the USL Championship regular season as El Paso Locomotive FC starts off a three-match homestand against Charleston Battery here at Southwest University Park. Hello, everybody, and thank you for joining us. Duke Keith alongside Holly Mata. Pleasure to be back with you, Holly.
Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely, and a big critical 11-day span for Locomotive FC. 3 matches, all at home. The toughest challenge, arguably, is here tonight against Charleston.
Yeah, it is crunch time for the Locomotive. Playoffs are around the corner, so if they need to take it, they've got to take advantage of home field in these next 2 weeks coming up.
Absolutely, as we take a look at what happened last week for Locomotive FC. Last time out, though, Locomotive had their legs cut out from under them early. Locomotive goes down to 10 men on what we'll call questionable decision in the 14th minute last Friday at North Carolina, and that ended up costing them as a result.
Yeah, like it or not, it was a tough pill to swallow for El Paso as they couldn't find an equalizer in that second half. They threatened in attacking positions, but only one shot on goal isn't going to get it done for them. So now they really have to turn it around and host Charleston side that we know has one of the most dangerous attacks in this championship.
They do indeed. Fortunately for Locomotive, Friday's defeat only slid them back to 5th place in the Western Conference, but they find themselves with plenty of traffic in front of and behind them. They sit just 3 points clear of the drop, but a win tonight could propel them back up to 3rd.
Definitely, a result tonight feels like a must for El Paso with all the chaos on the table. You have to really take advantage of that opportunity this time of year, especially with the next 3 home matches, or matches being at home.
Absolutely. The key for Locomotive tonight will be matching Charleston in the attack. Finishing has been a sore spot for the club the last 2 weeks, but they'll need to slot home their chances if they want to compete in this one.
Yeah, they have really been creating a lot of chances up top recently, but just missing that final touch to put the ball in the back of the net. Armando Moreno will be called on to get that going again, along with Andy Cabrera, who's back on the bench today. So we'll see how long he can go for tonight.
On the other side, we've said it already, but Locomotive welcomes the highest scores in the USL Championship this season. Charleston Battery have been on fire. Currently in second, they're second in the East and definitely a title favorite.
They are led by arguably the best attacking duo in the championship in Cal Jennings and M.D. Myers, who have combined for 26 goals this season. They also feature Juan Torres, who leads the league with 9 assists. So they have plenty of options up top that could get El Paso some fits tonight.
Can El Paso find their finishing boots and get back on track at Southwest University Park? Or will Charleston Battery continue their torrid 2025 campaign pace? It's USL Championship Soccer coming up next.
The Labor Day sale has been extended all month long at Fun Country RV and Marine. You'll find huge discounts all month long on boats and RVs. Fun Country RVs has a huge selection of boats like Landau, G3, Viaggio. Fun Country RV is the largest parts dealer in the Southwest. Check out our parts and service department for all your boat or RV needs. Take the Anthony Exit Zero to Fun Country RV or find us online at funcountryrvs.com.
Everyone needs a moment to recharge. A quiet pause, a warm cup of coffee, a breath before the road calls again. At Arribas Enterprises, we understand how important it is to take care of those who keep the world moving. That's why we support our drivers every mile of the way. Take a break, recharge, keep moving forward. With us, you are never driving alone. Now hiring experienced CDL drivers. Apply today at ArribasEnterprisesInc.com or call us now, 915-881-4024.
Get ready for a night of non-stop action at Paso Speedway Park. Feel the adrenaline as drivers push their limits, battling for the top spot on our fast and challenging track. Whether you're cheering from the stands or enjoying the great food and drinks, there's excitement around every corner. Bring the whole family and experience the energy of live racing. Gates open at 5 and the green flag drops at 7:30. Don't miss out. Grab your tickets today at VotospeedwayPark.com. That's VotospeedwayPark.com. We'll race you here.
Welcome back to Southwest University Park. A beautiful evening in downtown El Paso. The rain has gone away. We are in for a gorgeous night of soccer. Duke Keith, Holly, and Mata here from Southwest University Park as we take a look at the starting lineup. First for the home standing, El Paso Locomotive FC, and a bit of a surprise. Andy Cabrera. We thought he was going to be on the bench. Last minute change. He is up top with Christian Sorto moved to the bench.
Yeah,
Very
he's
interesting.
back. He's back, and they need him.
Yes, they do, because Charleston Battery is going for it. They have played a game recently, but they are definitely looking for all 3 points. Ben Pierman has got a great roster. And up top, as we spoke about, M.D. Myers and the leading goal scorer in the USL Championship, number 26, Cal Jennings. His first season after coming over from Rowdies in Tampa Bay, and he is lighting it up. For the Eastern Conference finalists from last season, who will have first touch to get us underway tonight. Happy you could join us from Southwest University Park. A clash of two of the top offenses in the USL Championship. As we're about ready to go here from El Paso, Texas. For just the third time ever, it's the Charleston Battery and El Paso Locomotive FC underway on a beautiful southwestern night in El Paso. Quick back pass, working it back. Leland Archer wears the captain's armband, anchoring the center of that defense.
And both teams with Charleston and Locomotive are very good possession type teams. So you're going to see whoever's going to really take control of the game and possession of the game is probably going to come out successful.
Good keep there. Locomotive out dueling. Excellent work, Beto Avila, combining with Andy Cabrera. They'll survive it, though. Good recovery by Aaron Malloy. And out along the right wing to Douglas Martinez. That's a good lead ball, knocked back. M.D. Myers in the attack. He'll switch it out. Left side kind of hops away from Arturo Rodriguez. And good work by Memo Diaz. So both teams showing what they can do pretty quickly.
Yeah, and again, you see, they're very specific in when they pressure the ball. You're going to see Charleston maintain possession in the back. And what previously, Locomotive did a great job in just pressuring and winning that ball and really having a good opportunity. Unfortunately, he held on to the ball a little bit too long. But you're going to see a lot of that. You see this similar kind of style with Charleston as well. Not too high pressuring the back line. But, when the opportunity is there, they got to really pounce and get those counterattacks, essentially.
Kofi Chamasi out along that left wing. Reese, it's a nice ball over the top for Armando Moreno. Avila trying to get on that one. And well won by Joey Apanunu. Apanunu puts it out for a Locomotive throw. Gabi Torres out on that left wing. Beautiful ball over the top to spring that.
Yeah, and I'd like to see Moreno get a ball when he's going at a defender. I'd like to see him go 1v1 and go to goal. Sometimes they get caught up just getting these 1 and 2 touch passes, little passes here and there. It'd be nice to see them really go and attack those defenders.
Here comes Rodriguez and Charleston. And no foul. Taroma wins that cleanly. Gets the ball. Referee right there. Here's Cabrera trying to make that inlet pass to Beto Avila. Good positioning by Aponanu.
And that was the right idea. He was trying just to slot that ball through.
Up the right wing. That's a hard challenge.
A great tackle.
Wow. Chamasi. Douglas Martinez is yet to get back up. But a couple of physical challenges by Locomotive FC. Successfully won. Charleston patiently looking for ways forward. Aponanu.
And good patience with Locomotive right now. I mean, there's no need to high pressure. They're just kind of waiting, sitting back, waiting for them to make a mistake. Now you see the press.
Good work to get out of that. There's Cal Jennings. The switch, slow rolling, but it'll get to Blackstock on the left wing. Blackstock making moves up to Jennings. The takedown, and that's a penalty.
Oh, wow.
Won by M.D. Myers. Locomotive too physical. Got away with a couple of challenges further up the pitch, but a penalty in the 4th minute awarded.
And you'll see this ball, nice little flick on through. Kind of just got sandwiched in between the two. It was not an extremely tough tackle. A little questionable on that, but he's a playmaker for them. He creates a lot of opportunities, and unfortunately for the Locomotive, he created a foul.
Ortiz left a little leg in on the contact. And here is Cal Jennings. looking for goal number 16 against Jamali Waite, and he gets it. Firmly taken. Waite diving off. The shot goes rocketing up the middle. And it's a quick 1-0 lead for the visitors here in minute 5. Cal Jennings with his 16th goal of the season to lead the USL.
And right down the middle.
Wow. Waite guessed pretty much the right way, but it is always a success for a keeper when they can get any kind of hand on it. Usually the odds favor whoever's shooting.
And we'll see how Locomotive respond. They were in this position last game where they scored in the first couple minutes. And, they responded pretty well. They even were a man down, and they still dominated at least possession. So they are fully capable of coming back and getting into this game.
That goes off of Avila, out for a Charleston throw. Battery and M.D. Myers winning the penalty. Cal Jennings converting from the spot to give the Battery a 1-0 lead. Avila, that is out. And let's take a look at our Casa keys to the game. It's already 1-0, but as you look for Locomotive, what are you looking for?
Yeah, definitely the Locomotive. They need to dictate the flow. Both teams are in the top 3 in the league in possession. So whichever team is going to control the pace of this match is going to be in line for a positive result tonight. The halftime adjustments are key. Charleston has had 11 goals in the first 15 minutes of the second half, the most in the league. And coincidentally, the Locomotive had allowed the fewest goals in the span in the Western Conference, and they got to recover quickly. Much of the defensive struggles for the Locomotive this season have come when teams turn them over and break quickly into a counterattack. So El Paso really needs to do a better job in transition defensively to combat a very, very capable Charleston Battery.
We've already seen it. Charleston Battery getting it to their 2 forward playmakers. And M.D. Myers wins a critical penalty on the road. Battery looking for its first win against Locomotive FC. This includes Wilmer Cabrera's first game as head coach in the middle of last season. That's a great ball over the top. Amanda Moreno kind of gets away from him, and that's going to be a foul as he tangles with Big Leland Archer. But his very first match, and that includes Amanda Moreno, stoppage time winner for his second of the night to defeat Battery on the road in Charleston, South Carolina.
Well, and you see a great turnout tonight here in El Paso, and, hopefully they can use some of the energy from the crowd. And is it the 5th? What do they call it? The 8th notch?
8th notch.
8th notch.
Not 5th notch.
5th, not 5th. 8th.
8th is when you open up the throttle all the way in the Locomotive, which is something
I
we
need
all
to
have
learn.
To learn.
I'm not a conductor, and
Me neither.
I need to learn more of the Locomotive terms. Nice little move there.
One of those trained guys, yes. Calvillo does well. Service in, that comes very close, but Cabrera not able to really steer anything on that ball. Whipped in from the left wing, Reese, beautiful over the top. Andy Cabrera gets the starting nod tonight.
And it looked like he might have just mishit it with his head. It kind of hit off the side,
Yeah.
Not quite the direction of where he needed it to go. But again, getting in that attacking third, getting ahead on the ball, like you're creating a lot of opportunities. And the more you do that, the more you break down a defense.
And it was a beautiful ball.
It was
Reese.
a perfect cross.
Luis Zamudio. McMahon played at DC United before coming to Charleston this season. Out of Las Vegas, Nevada, one of the leaders. Here's DeRoma taken down.
And he's so good.
Irishman Malloy.
He's so good. He's so little and crafty, and he just it's funny, people that are typically smaller just really, really know how to use their body well just to keep up. Great turn, great ball.
Indeed. Cabrera trying to touch it up into the teeth of that Battery defense. That's well won. And here is Blackstock, former Atlanta United man. Good sidestep. Beto Avila springs Diaz. Diaz, well fronted by Aaron Malloy, the Irishman. See how that's going to go all the way through. Easy enough for Zamudio. It was sent in by Calvillo.
And you can see Locomotive, they're not your extremely tall physical players. You can see this Charleston Battery back line, very, very physically big. They're tall, they're big, they're fast. So it looks like Locomotive isn't necessarily just trying to cross balls in and try to like win all the air balls. So they're going to have to be smart about their opportunities and their chances.
Locomotive still has won plenty of fouls. Samudio, as you saw, 58 saves is 6th. 200 career regular season saves for the Pennsylvanian. Part of that great Jamaican national team run. A pair of clean sheets for Jamali Waite starting in place of Andre Blake and helping Jamaica get to the top of the table in Group B in their World Cup qualifying. So excellent work by the Locomotive keeper, Rodriguez. Finding no way forward. Josu Landry. Into the middle. Juan David Torres. Nice lead ball. Cal Jennings trying to get on it. Good vision by Jamali Waite.
And so quick off his line.
Waite has allowed just 3 goals in his previous 6 starts for Locomotive FC, as he hopes to build on this success in the final stretch of the regular season. As there we see Wilmer Cabrera. Very first game in charge for Locomotive, a win on the road in Charleston.
And for Andy, I mean, he's still amongst top in the leaderboard in goals and has missed quite a bit of time due to injury. So it's nice to see him out here, and I'm sure he's really, really anxious to get a goal.
He's been stuck on 10 for a little bit. Oh, that is a kick out. That's going to be a foul, as that is well won by Cabrera. Speaking of, the foul on Landry. Little kick out there and a yellow card. So Landry in the book here in the 12th minute.
And let's see who's going to be on this, because typically we've seen Sordo, who has had some really brilliant set pieces. So it looks like clear push, yeah. He did a great job of just reading that ball and stepping in front of him and forcing him to get that foul.
Cabrera wins it away, and the yellow card comes out because he would have been off to the races. That was a professional foul.
Yes.
Ruiz. Palermo Ortiz. Eric Calvillo. Ortiz has got a cannon from there, and he looks to be lining this one up. See what Locomotive elects to do. A question of the formation. It will be Ortiz. Burns one, and that's blasted off the wall. Blackstock gets a piece. It'll roll out for a Locomotive throw. And Ortiz will move it back to Jamali Waite. That's turned over. Good pressure on that right wing. Juan David Torres over the byline, and a goal kick coming. Into the 14th minute, the 4th minute goal by Cal Jennings, his 16th to pace the championship, coming from the spot. That is a great interception.
Yeah, and I think the front line of the Locomotive need to do a better job of coming to the ball. You see these balls being played, and they're not running through the ball to receive the ball. They're kind of waiting for the ball to get to them, and they're just allowing their defender to step in and win it. So they're going to have to just come to the ball a little bit more, anticipate that it's coming to them. They got to run through the ball and turn or play back and spin and get in behind. But right now, they're letting those defenders step in and win the ball.
Jamasi. Reese. Locomotive patiently trying to work things forward. A reminder, you can watch the USL Championship in Spanish on TUDN, the nation's leading Spanish-language sports network. Select matches available in Spanish throughout the rest of the season. Go to uslchampionship.com for the complete USL TV listings. There we see Ben Pierman. Didn't quite work out at Memphis 901 FC. One of the great reputations in the USL Championship. He's been at Charleston for a bit and really has this team working well. Second in points only to Louisville City, which is, I mean, just lights out. The best team in the league. You are what your record says you are,
absolutely.
and they are.
That's great.
Incredible. Good work here. Trying to lead Cabrera. That is blasted out for a Locomotive throw. Good work in the back by Apanunu.
And Gabby Torres has been pretty quiet so far these first.
Hasn't been on the ball a lot, has he?
He hasn't had a lot of touches. They need him to get a lot of touches for them to be successful.
And that will be a foul. Malloy over the back of DeRoma. Once again, as you point out, if he feels that contact, being 5'4",
he knows how to draw a foul. Yeah,
he knows how to draw a foul. My broadcast partner, I know that you speak from experience, correct?
I definitely wasn't the tallest or the biggest, so yeah, you absolutely have to take advantage of that. But again, those types of players just really know how to step in front of a defender, kind of get them to kind of kick the back of your feet, somehow have to tug you, and you just know how to flop on the ground.
This will be Reese to whip one in. And that is grazed. They want to say it's a corner, and that's exactly what the officials say. Our referee tonight, Servando Berna, Matt Trotter, Ricardo Ocampo are the assistant referees. Carlos Meneses is your fourth. And so, first corner of the night, Ricky Reis. It's like an in-swinger with that left foot if he decides to drive it. Memo Diaz, pardon me, Eric Calvillo standing in back as well if they want to go short. Making sure everybody's set, and here we go. Ruiz will hook one in. That is driven right back out. Malloy gets a piece. Good touch by Cabrera. DeRoma to the left. Diaz, who's on that left side. There's Gabi Torres. That has to be cut out, but good work in the back again, Charleston. And again, Apanonu. Does well not only to get a foot on it, but make sure it doesn't go out for a corner. Memo Diaz wiped out. Good work in the back by Jennings, and that's going to be another direct kick.
And again, they do a great job at drawing fouls and getting really good opportunities on these set pieces.
Calvillo earning that one, and he looks to be taking it. Get yourselves set, boys. I'm keeping an eye on the time. Our referee, Servando Berna. Both Reis and Calvillo in back of that. It'll be Reis. He goes for goal. Blazes that one over the crossbar. Should be pointed out, we've seen Christian Sorto hit from there.
Yeah, he's had some success on a few set pieces this year.
Yeah, on the bench, and I'm sure we're going to see number 11 on the pitch in the blue and yellow.
We will. It's just a matter of how long is Cabrera going to be able to go. He hasn't had a full 90 minutes in quite a while.
It's a good lead ball out of the back. M.D. Myers making a move.
That's a great ball.
Cal Jennings from the byline. Back. It's wide of Malloy. Brought down, though, by Blackstock. Trying to get loose. He'll fire one. Wait. There to parry it away. Jamali Waite had to be there at the near post. It'll be the first corner kick of the night for the Battery.
And a great little move, but unfortunately for Charleston, like, he's got to play that ball back post to give like any opportunity on his attackers making runs in, deflections for people to be there. I mean, you play that near post, you're either missing, a keeper makes a save. You don't really allow your team for a second chance opportunity.
Blackstock has not scored a goal this season, but not to worry. Charleston has plenty of other goal scorers. Here's Malloy. That's near post. That's lifted out. Locomotive gets a deflection. I think Ortiz in the mixer. Good work there. Beto Avila saying that took a deflection. The referee and the assistant referee disagree. Briefly, you saw Juan David Torres, the Colombiano, coming to Charleston from Millonarios in Colombia. His goal, and he played for Real Salt Lake in Major League Soccer. 2021 Goal of the Year. Bicycle kick for Real.
Oh, wow.
Quite impressive. And he scored some beauties for Charleston Battery as well. And really, more than that, set up the two men who've really put the ball in the back of the net, M.D. Myers and Cal Jennings. Again, it's Jennings from the spot to give Charleston the lead in the 4th minute. That's what separates us.
You know, Locomotive tonight has been very much playing that 3 forwards up top, and they've been pretty, like, concrete in those positions, as well as, like, their midfield. You know, we've seen them in the past really put so much into the middle. Those outside mids really cram into the middle and the center of the field, and tonight we don't see that. So I'm interested to see if that's going to change as the game progresses.
No love for M.D. Myers from the referee there as he goes down. Big cross coming in just wide. Away from Avila. The offside flag goes up anyway. Would not have counted had they got it to fall, but what a ball whipped in from the wing.
And that was very close to being onside. I was a little questionable that it was offsides.
Leland Archer. Cross back to Apanonu. Malloy.
Dangerous ball there.
Indeed. Malloy helps to cover Apanonu. That's deflected by Cabrera, who's been there more than once in a passing lane. One of the things I look at Cabrera, and when he is healthy and moving, it's like he's made of rubber. You know, he's Gumby.
Like Gumby.
He bends everywhere.
Right.
Just a very fluid player when you watch him, and he's really on it.
And again, like, I think in the past, like, some of the games early on in the season where he was so good was when he was more central, like up high. So it's interesting how wide he's playing.
Those are the tactics Locomotive comes into this match with. As Diaz will bring it off to the left. Ball over the top, clipped in. Reese trying to find the run of Moreno. That ball a little further ahead. And an easy grab for Zamudio.
Because, again, you have Jeroma, who's so good in the middle, and he's typically, like, he plays very much like a 6, like a defensive center mid.
Yeah.
And every time he gets a ball, he plays balls back, and he controls that possession. But right now, I don't see any real true number 10 being in that center mid attacking position where they're going at defenders, creating a lot of opportunities. So I'd like to see what happens in this final parts of this half as well as the second half, especially being down 1. Something's going to have to change tactically for, Coach Cabrera. He's going to have to do something that's going to create more opportunities. He's going to have to maybe pressure a little bit more, high pressure up top.
Locomotive has found a way forward a couple of times, but yeah, really not a whole lot
of danger.
Yes.
And vice versa. I mean, I wouldn't say Charleston has had anything exceptionally dangerous. I know they, created a foul, but outside of that, I mean, it's like the possession of the middle third, and unfortunately that's not going to win you that's not going to score you any goals.
That's going to be out off Torres for a Charleston throw. Select, proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship. From the Academy to the big league, Select is there every step of the way. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select product specials and more. Select, the player's choice. Beautiful evening in the Sun City for soccer on a Saturday night. That'll bounce to Malloy. Charleston certainly loving it so far. We're here at Southwest University Park as Gabi Torres draws the foul. Off of Torres. Torres on Torres violence. And a quick restart here. Copious amounts of rainfall yesterday. Very fortunate the match was not played on a Friday night.
Yeah. Copious amounts of mosquitoes as well.
Oh, dear. Yes. It's a good ball up from Memo Diaz. Gets a good deflection back. The flag is up.
I know he's very upset, but it was very much offsides.
Armando Moreno with words for the assistant referee, and Servando Berna, the man in the middle, wearing red, urges him to just stay calm. And if my broadcast partner sees it up here, it's the real deal.
I'd even like to see Cabrera more in the middle. I would like to see almost Avila and Cabrera be in switch positions. I feel like Avila has a lot of speed, and he would offer a lot more speed on that outside. And again, Cabrera is probably limited in his game fitness at this point. So
it is interesting that he's on the wing.
I'd like to see him, and he's so good with the ball at his feet. I would like to see the ball just played more to him at his feet.
Here's Memo Diaz. Finds nothing inviting up the pitch. Back to Calvillo, who'll switch it. Torres waiting. Gabi Torres slides it in. Already the record holder for Locomotive with 9 assists in a single season.
On top of the fact that, typically when you're in the middle of the field as a striker, if you're a center, the one that plays up high, you're not truly covering as much ground as someone on the outside. So for being not 90-minute game fit, I can't imagine he's 90-minute game fit.
Cal Jennings trying to get around Chamasi, who chops it down and puts it over the byline for another corner kick. Good work by Jennings, though. Working 1 against 2. And wins a corner for Battery. In the middle of the 28th minute in El Paso, the visitors convert from the spot in minute 4. In front of a solid crowd on Noche de Loco here at Southwest University Park. Beautiful, beautiful Sugar Skull jerseys. Some of the flowers on those jerseys given out to fans. Locomotive not wearing that jersey tonight as a uniform, but the fans certainly are.
They're really pretty uniforms.
Good whipped in kick. That is Ruiz who gets a head to it. Moreno will head it off to Calvillo. Back to Moreno. Eyes upfield. Lays off Calvillo, and it's just overcooked. Fortunate it comes back to Chamasi. DeRoma. Little room for Frank DeRoma. A little further up the pitch. Torres central. Moreno. Cabrera, good layoff. Moreno trying to spring it forward, and I don't know if that's just a little miscommunication. It looks like he was waiting for Avila to make a run.
Yeah, and again, they're running away. All you can see, I mean, that was a great touch, a nice little flick to get it. Here, I think he was just trying to play it around the defender and get around the other side. Just a long touch, unfortunately. But again, you have these 3 strikers up top. The 2 outsides play very wide. The central striker needs to just come to the ball. and someone's got to offer an option feet. So you can't just, as soon as the midfield gets the ball, you can't just everyone run away. Like, someone's got to show and be an option to play feet and play short, because then you're drawing a defender with you. You're creating the space in behind you.
Into the middle, that's knocked away. Great work, MD Myers. Jennings blasts one, tipped away. Jamali Waite puts it over the bar. Clutch save again from the Jamaican international, and he had to be there.
And so dangerous playing the ball in the middle, these errant passes, and you luckily didn't get punished. I mean, Waite absolutely saved them in that. You can see here, they give up the ball in transition, and they are very lucky to come away without being scored on.
Wasn't Myers, that was Malloy. But a good ball for the Irishman as he comes up to get it out wide to Jennings, and he didn't miss by much. That's a blast. Well wide. Juan David Torres trying for the spectacular at the right corner of the 18-yard box. He can and has scored from there, if not further away.
Yeah, he has an incredible strike.
Chip from midfield last year. 4 battery, I think, in his first season, so he can get it done. That's a good bounce. Jamali Waite has to be called on again. Quick restart, and that was almost disastrous.
And again, just the miscommunication.
Rodriguez. Indeed, Locomotive not punished as they were against Loudoun United for making a couple of slips at the back.
Right.
Nice ball over the top. Torres will get there. Whips one in. That'll be gobbled up. Samudio. The thought appreciated, though, from Andy Cabrera. So both teams showing a little danger.
Yeah.
Up the wings.
Yeah, I would say, and I think the Locomotive just look, again, they look just slightly flat in their attack. They're just, I hate to say lack of urgency, or, the lack of urgency.
It is what it is.
Yeah, unfortunately it's real flat in their attack. And it's hard, you play a team that's similar in the sense of like possessing the ball and just kind of playing the ball around, and you get into that rhythm of it, that you don't have that urgency that you need when you're in the attacking third.
Charleston trying to play it into the middle. That's intercepted by Torres. Here comes El Paso. Avila splits it out to Moreno. Has to come back a bit. Calvillo dangles and brings it back for DeRoma. Charleston does well to get back and in position. And Locomotive will have to take the air out a bit.
And, DeRoma has such ability. I think instead of playing back, like if he were to just go ahead and get into the attack and not allow the defenders to get back and recover.
Might work out. Reese. Decent thought, but well overhit. The idea was there. Didn't get that one to settle into the middle of the box. Palermo Ortiz, the team captain.
And very frustrated, as you can see.
Yeah, 32-year-old from Monterrey. On loan from Locomotive's sister club, FC Juarez Bravos in Liga MX. Ortiz making sure that comes back safely to Jamali Waite. Mexican international to Jamaican international. Ortiz capped by his nation.
And he's had some big saves this first half.
Jamali Waite has had to be called upon.
Yeah, this game could have easily been 3-0 right now.
That's a foul one. DeRoma taken down again. To this point, Battery out shooting El Paso 4-2. 4 on target. All 4 shots on frame.
Yeah, I mean, and again, 2 of them were just clear goals if it wasn't for Jamali Waite.
That slips away just
but
a touch
I like
too
that.
far.
I like that DeRoma is now looking to play balls. Like, he has so much opportunity to do that. And again, you have these players that they're just so consistent in what they do. He's so consistent at being this swing player. You get the ball to him, he swings it. He mostly plays back and just swings the ball. Like here, he has so much opportunity to go forward. I would love to see him go forward more.
Good switch. Memo Diaz, Calvillo, Ortiz. Calvillo, the all-time appearance leader for Locomotive FC. Let's do crunching the numbers with Beasley Mitchell and Company. The number for tonight, 199. Locomotive have allowed the fewest shots in the championship this season. Coincidentally, facing a Charleston side with the most shots in the league. And right now, they're showing it. 4 shots on frame. And a lead as we enter the 36th minute here in half number 1. So something's got to give. Ben Pierman liking the effort so far. Wilmer Cabrera looking for answers. The swing up here, Rodriguez. That's great sliding defense. And he went right into Eric Calvillo. Just dribbled right into it.
Yeah, he slid a few 10 yards. Managed to come away with that.
Moreno, tantalizing over the top, but again, Locomotive service has regressed, I think, from Ricky Reese's earlier efforts.
Yeah, they're not playing quality balls. Again, there's not a lot of quality attack. They're going to have to change something. Cabrera's not super involved. Gabby Torres isn't super involved. There's not a lot going on in their attack. There's no variety. And, if you're Charleston, you're just going to keep possessing the ball. You're up 1-0, and it's easy, like, for them. They're not being put under pressure, any kind of pressure.
Douglas Martinez, that's going to find the far post, but wide out of nothing. Cal Jennings turns and fires under pressure, and that probably helped it. Wide there, but goodness gracious.
What a great ball.
One touch.
And that was the right decision. He just missed that wide, but that was the right decision. Jamali was out off his line. He was kind of in no man's land, and he was stuck. So it was a perfect decision to make that one touch.
Cal Jennings, there is a reason that man leads the Golden Boot race. That was the first shot the Battery have had that was not on frame. Incredibly. Here is Moreno, who is way back in the midfield. Ruiz again. Good run on. Here's Torres. Slipped back, and that's cut out.
That's the right decision. That's the ball he needs to play back across into the 6.
Locomotive scrambling for a good work to win it back again. Up top, Cabrera will shape one, and not shaped well enough. Well over, and that is
a lot
extra.
Of theatrics.
Aha. Douglas standing, Servando Berna. A little bit to think about. As Moreno slow to get up. And Ricky Reese is the man getting a talking to by our referee. And gets a yellow card. So Ricky Reese into the book in the 39th minute. Joining Josu Landry of Charleston Battery. Everything sorted out, and Wilmer Cabrera getting something from the bench. And seemingly having word for the officiating staff.
And frustrations are clearly out.
40th minute, Locomotive has lost its steam, and Ben Pierman working our fourth official tonight. Doing what coaches do. Carlos Meneses Rodriguez, the man on the line, the touch line as our fourth official. Locomotive will win that one. Ortiz. Diaz. Reese over the top. Oh, that's beautifully
That's a great
done.
Ball.
Moreno's going to get on it. Armando Moreno. Dropped off. Oh, that is behind Calvillo, who was ready to let loose. Gabi Torres with it, though. Chance not gone. And perhaps now it is Ortiz. Diaz. The cross in and met firmly in a collision. Andy Cabrera run into. We play on. Zamudio gets a piece, and now worry about head contact as Cabrera is down. And gets a help up. Helping hand from Luis Zamudio.
And that was a great ball.
Zamudio well entitled to the space to come punch the ball away, but obviously the collision certainly didn't help. Andy Cabrera, absolutely fearless, diving into that fray.
But that's a great ball. That ball is so dangerous because you're forcing that keeper to come off their line, and if you can get in there and get a flick on before them, they are toast. So, I mean, those are the balls that you want to play. Drive them in. You're forcing the keeper to come off, and then he's opening up that goal. So you just got to have someone fearless. You got to have someone get in there and get their head on it. I mean, Cabrera was inches away from getting it before Charleston's keeper.
Like father, like son, working one of our assistant referees as soon as he made the touch line. SeatGeek, soccer season is here, and SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the USL. Get all your USL tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site, SeatGeek, your ticket to great seats. Beto Avila urged to move a little further back as they will drop the ball. It was a stoppage in play that was not a foul, so dropped ball here for Charleston. Quick kick out for Zamudio. Blackstock into the middle, Malloy, the Irishman, off to the left. Haven't seen a whole lot of Rodriguez. A touch there for the native of San Luis Potosí, former member of Phoenix Rising. Landry. Locomotive has retreated, not really pressing the issue. Abanonu.
And Locomotive's got to pressure, yep.
And there's the pressure out of nothing. DeRoma. Now Locomotive getting the press, and Gabi Torres, that's a sliding tackle. Not an easy challenge, but that'll force the restart. Martinez going in from behind, and lucky he didn't catch more of Torres. That could have been real danger. Calvillo. 44th minute action from Southwest University Park. Locomotive looking for a way forward. Diaz, good layoff here. Cabrera. DeRoma, who's starting to move a little further up the pitch.
He actually looks like he's playing more of a 10 now. And it looks like Calvillo has dropped in behind him.
Good work, Reese. Sliding one in. The header is wide. Cabrera, beautifully worked. They got the shot they wanted, but Cabrera could not put that one on frame.
Again, though, he's in the middle of the field where he finds a lot of success when he finds himself in the middle of the field. Great ball. Gets his head right on it.
A little better from Locomotive and the wings as of late, as the pressure ramped up. Ball out of the back. Cal Jennings will knock that down, but it comes straight for the US. Out with Martinez contesting. That's a good pass under the circumstances. Out it comes, lead ball, looking for Moreno. That'll come to Cabrera. Tries to control it. Too many white jerseys around. We're hearing 3 minutes of stoppage time at the end of half number one. So a little bit to work with for Locomotive in the ascendancy as Gabi Torres loses that one. Good effort again by Malloy on that wing. Another turnover, though.
And again, it was just pressure. It was just the pressure of Locomotive.
And that goes out.
Careless.
Beto Avila.
Although the whole ball needs to go over the line for it to be out. So, I mean, he does have a case.
Avila disagreeing with the assistant referee. It does have to be the entire ball as we see the official signal. 3 minutes of stoppage time. Well, if you can't watch the match, turn on Sirius XM-FC channel 157, North America's soccer source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access, plus live matches from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more. Sirius XM-FC channel 157 in the new Sirius XM app.
And Locomotive is starting to find their stride a little bit more.
That's a takedown of Ortiz. All ball, though. Cal Jennings. The referee has been letting him go a little bit.
He has. And he's going to have to be careful because it can get out of hand real quick.
But he's called it consistently both sides.
Yes, absolutely. He's done a good job so far.
Cabrera works his way around the double team. Fancy effort, little footwork. In the end, has to give away. Here's Malloy. Martinez heads up to Blackstock on the left. Former Atlanta United man, came up, I believe, through their academy. Here's Malloy. Joining Ben Pierman from Memphis 901 FC. A couple of Memphis players joining their old head coach. In the Low Country, as they call Charleston, South Carolina. Good lead ball for Jennings. They know how to find 26. And forced to go wide by Jamasi, an easy grab for Jamali Waite. But he'll fire it. It doesn't matter to him.
He's going to shoot from anywhere.
He'll shoot.
16 goals, you're clearly shooting the ball often.
The final minute of 3 added here at the end of half number one. DeRoma. Ortiz. Here's Gabi Torres. Ruiz will give and go, and that is a foul going the other way. 2 players down. That will be a foul on Locomotive and a free kick for Charleston. And that should pretty much do it as Amanda Moreno getting tangled there with Martinez. Go flying in and little collision. Yeah, but leaving your feet is problematic, isn't it?
Yeah, and you're not going to get the call.
Oh. Martinez first season with Charleston. Ball is up. We play on. A little extra left in at the end of the first half. Opportunity here, Memo Diaz. We are past the 3 added. Into the 49th minute. Diaz, that's good effort there. Archer to clear it, and that is going to do it for half number one. The difference is the penalty. Taken, won, and converted by Cal Jennings. Won by M.D. Myers, we should say, converted by Jennings. And it is 1-0 at the break from El Paso. Locomotive. You can see the change in tactics, but work for Wilmer Cabrera to do, as he is in the ear of the referee along with his team captain. 1-0 to the visitors at the break.
You can buy a new car anywhere. What makes Casa different? The trust we've earned along the way. 55 years later, we're still growing bigger to serve you better. Now with 16 trusted brands. From everyday value to luxury and performance, with thousands to choose from, all under one roof. And with our Casa Advantage, you get peace of mind with lifetime powertrain protection, free home delivery, and Casa's 7-day return policy. Bigger brands, better value, and the name you can trust. Casa, the home of the nice guys. Yeah!
The Labor Day sale has been extended all month long at Fun Country RV and Marine. You'll find huge discounts all month long on boats and RVs. Fun Country RVs has a huge selection of boats like Landau, G3, Viaggio. Fun Country RV is the largest parts dealer in the Southwest. Check out our parts and service department for all your boat or RV needs. Take the Anthony Exit Zero to Fun Country RV or find us online at funcountryrvs.com.
Get ready for a night of non-stop action at Paso Speedway Park. Feel the adrenaline as drivers push their limits, battling for the top spot on our fast and challenging track. Whether you're cheering from the stands or enjoying the great food and drinks, there's excitement around every corner. Bring the whole family and experience the energy of live racing. Gates open at 5 and the green flag drops at 7:30. Don't miss out. Grab your tickets today at VotospeedwayPark.com. That's VotospeedwayPark.com. We'll race you here.
With more traffic back on El Paso highways, the potential for serious accidents is back too.
Insurance companies giving you the runaround? That's old news. What's real news is a lawyer who's got your back. I was born in El Paso, and I've been on the side for injured El Pasoans for over 20 years. I'm attorney Alexandria Zant. Call me today, and I'll give you the real scoop about your case.
Zant Law Firm, 799-0993. Or find us online at zantlawfirm.com.
It all started with one couple's vision to farm pistachios in the desert. 50 years later, that dream lives on in Heart of the Desert, New Mexico's first and largest pistachio grove. The farm's success also fuels the dreams of other New Mexico entrepreneurs. Small batch bakers and ice cream and candy makers create delicious goodies from the farm's pistachios. A local winemaker produces quality wine from the farm's grapes. Heart of the Desert Pistachio and Wine. You can taste the tradition. Locations in Alamogordo, Mesilla, and Las Cruces.
Welcome back to downtown El Paso. A beautiful look at the West Star Tower. To Keith along with Holly Cohen-Mata. Locomotive FC 0, Charleston Battery 1. At the break, as we take a look at some of the news and notes and standings around the league, let's take a look at that Western Conference because it is an absolute madhouse right now. FC Tulsa's pretty solid up at number 1, but Sacramento Republic still within range points-wise as we come toward the end of the season. New Mexico United has jumped up to 3rd. San Antonio FC as well. One more win for United. Locomotive hanging on in 5th. The live standings, Lexington had jumped into 3rd place simply because they're winning. But again, this is going into tonight. Lexington SC 32 points in 6th place. And then you see Phoenix Rising, Colorado Springs Switchbacks, and right there at the edge, Orange County SC. We know they've got a good team. It has been a frustrating season for Roots, Las Vegas Lights, and Monterey Bay at the bottom. But 1 through 9, that's all game. As we take a look at Lou City and news and notes from around the league, Louisville City extended its unbeaten streak at Highmark Stadium, which is not an easy place to play, to 12. A 2-0 win over Pittsburgh Riverhounds SC. One of the more picturesque stadiums in the USL Championship has been all Lou Cities when they play in Pittsburgh. Hartford Athletics, 6th win from 7 games across all competitions against Monterey Bay. And yes, Cal Jennings, leading goal scorer of the 2020s, his 80th career goal. He's added to that. He's got 81 and 16 to top the championship this season. So we take a look at the upcoming schedule. It's going to get a little tight. This is all Locomotive's upcoming matches. And it begins September the 26th, 7 p.m. on ESPN as Locomotive plays host to Rhode Island FC. That is a Friday night match. Keep that in mind. It was originally scheduled for Saturday. That has been moved. October the 1st, they will play host to Oakland Roots. And then on the road at Orange County on the 4th. So, yes, a really critical 3-match and 8-game home or stand there, both home and away. October 11th, it's back home or on the road rather at Lexington SC, followed by their final home match of the season versus FC Tulsa on October the 18th. The Locomotive will round out the regular season on the road in San Antonio for that Battle of I-10 East-West edition. That is a look at the schedule. We will have plenty more stats, highlights, and more coming up from Southwest University Park. The green seats are well populated tonight, and what a way to watch a soccer match on a beautiful El Paso evening. Will Locomotive have something for the home fans in half number 2?
What makes Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water unique? It's our commitment to making our bottles from at least 50% recycled plastic. In fact, Crystal Geyser is the only beverage company in the U.S. to exclusively own and operate 2 plastic recycling facilities. And you can help us make an impact too by always remembering to recycle your bottles. Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water. Simple, but not easy.
Success doesn't come easy. It takes grit, hustle, and relentless effort. Every step forward brings you closer to greatness. This is your moment. Elevate your game. El Jimador Spiked Bebidas.
This week on USL All Access, why Charleston and Sacramento dropping points is so impactful to the title race in the East and the West. Plus, Aiden Quinn joins the show.
His preparation has changed over the years, but the quality has never evaded one of the Mount Rushmore players in USL Championship. In his match, Indy 11 against Birmingham Legion on Sunday, 5 p.m., CBS Sports Network. Who needs to win most?
Welcome back. A little look at the Sun King Saloon across the way. The Big Dog House is rocking. Great crowd on hand on a beautiful Saturday evening for soccer in the Sun City. Duke Keith, along with Holly Cohen Mata. 1-0 to the visitors. Locomotive FC 0, Charleston Battery 1. The 5th minute, officially 5th minute, penalty converted from the spot as we take a look at some of the highlights from this evening. Big work here by Blackstock. Again, Jamali Waite having to be called upon to make save after save tonight, but the Jamaican international has been on it all except for the penalty. Great work by Malloy. Jennings, absolute laser, headed for the far post, and Waite tips it over the bar. That's another great look at that. Jamali Waite has had to be on his game and has been so far. The Jamaican international has kept Locomotive in business, but it is 1-0 to the Battery. Jamali Waite, certainly Locomotive's player of the match so far. More from Southwest University Park coming up in a bit.
Get ready for a night of non-stop action at Paso Speedway Park. Feel the adrenaline as drivers push their limits, battling for the top spot on our fast and challenging track. Whether you're cheering from the stands or enjoying the great food and drinks, there's excitement around every corner. Bring the whole family and experience the energy of live racing. Gates open at 5 and the green flag drops at 7:30. Don't miss out. Grab your tickets today at VotospeedwayPark.com. That's VotospeedwayPark.com. We'll race you here.
A mailbox with Pack and Ship Express gives you a real street address and the ability to receive packages from all carriers, not just the post office. Protect yourself against identity theft and protect your home address. No more porch pirates, no more missed deliveries, and you'll get email and text notifications when you receive a package. We have personal, business, and corporate mailboxes to meet your needs, plus 24-hour access. It's all at Pack and Ship Express, 6112 North Mesa in the Thunderbird Shopping Center. With more traffic back on El Paso highways, the potential for serious accidents is back too.
Insurance companies giving you the runaround? That's old news. What's real news is a lawyer who's got your back. I was born in El Paso, and I've been on the side for injured El Pasoans for over 20 years. I'm attorney Alexandria Zant. Call me today, and I'll give you the real scoop about your case.
Zant Law Firm, 799-0993. Or find us online at zantlawfirm.com.
You can buy a new car anywhere. What makes Casa different? The trust we've earned along the way. 55 years later, we're still growing bigger to serve you better. Now with 16 trusted brands. From everyday value to luxury and performance, with thousands to choose from, all under one roof. And with our Casa Advantage, you get peace of mind with lifetime powertrain protection, free home delivery, and Casa's 7-day return policy. Bigger brands, better value, and the name you can trust. Casa, the home of the nice guys. Yeah!
Welcome back, Southwest University Park, the place. Lots of kids soccer teams, Locomotive Youth Academy teams being honored tonight. And I know that you are a very pleased mother because your kids are out there with Locomotive Academy. Three of the
ones crazy running around are mine.
Outstanding. As we take a look at the stats, the first half stats, each team with 5 shots, but 4 on goal for Charleston, none for El Paso. That's been a huge part of this tonight. Locomotive has just not been able to really challenge Luis Zamudio so far.
Yeah, I mean, we expected this. Like, both teams are very good at possessing, and so it's pretty even so far. Again, we got to see something different in the second half. For Locomotive, they got to change something up tactically. They got to mix it up and just get better opportunities.
1-0 to the Battery at the break. There's a great look out of Dia de los Muertos. Yeah. Katrina, you're in the stands. More coming up from El Paso after this.
A mailbox with Pack and Ship Express gives you a real street address and the ability to receive packages from all carriers, not just the post office. Protect yourself against identity theft and protect your home address. No more porch pirates, no more missed deliveries, and you'll get email and text notifications when you receive a package. We have personal, business, and corporate mailboxes to meet your needs, plus 24-hour access. It's all at Pack and Ship Express, 6112 North Mesa in the Thunderbird Shopping Center. The Labor Day sale has been extended all month long at Fun Country RV and Marine. You'll find huge discounts all month long on boats and RVs. Fun Country RVs has a huge selection of boats like Landau, G3, Viaggio. Fun Country RV is the largest parts dealer in the Southwest. Check out our parts and service department for all your boat or RV needs. Take the Anthony Exit 0 to Fun Country RV or find us online at funcountry.rvs.com.
It all started with one couple's vision to farm pistachios in the desert. 50 years later, that dream lives on in heart of the desert, New Mexico's first and largest pistachio grove. The farm's success also fuels the dreams of other New Mexico entrepreneurs. Small batch bakers and ice cream and candy makers create delicious goodies from the farm's pistachios. A local winemaker produces quality wine from the farm's grapes. Heart of the Desert Pistachio and Wine. You can taste the tradition. Locations in Alamogordo, Mesilla, and Las Cruces.
Welcome back to Southwest University Park. The parade continues. That is a lot of Locomotive Youth Academy players as we take a look at some of the highlights from half number 1. Here's the penalty. M.D. Myers draws it. Ortiz a little bit left in the leg and ankle area. And Cal Jennings with goal number 16 from the spot Good work by Jamali Waite, guessed correctly, but could not keep it aloft. Locomotive not without their opportunities. Whipped in ball from Ricky Ruiz just off the side of Andy Cabrera's head. Great to see him back in the starting lineup, though. Another big opportunity. Blackstock fires it in. It's turned aside by Jamali Waite as we return to play here in half number 2. Quick foul won by Locomotive. The parade continuing. A lot of the, it goes from youngest to oldest,
Yes.
from what I could tell, the parade of Youth Academy players, and there
was a lot.
There were quite a few, and there are a few guys who will be signing academy contracts from the Locomotive Youth Academy who are kind of at the tail end of that parade.
Yeah,
we will be
they've
seeing
done
them on the
so
pitch.
good with their youth program.
They really have. A number of kids on the roster tonight. Here's Galvillo, takes a drive at that. That's turned aside by Archer. Locomotive, though, trying to keep the pressure on. Here's DeRoma.
And we see DeRoma a lot higher so far. He ended the second half of the first half playing a lot more in a little bit more of an attacking position. So we'll see if he continues to do that. And you have Calvillo kind of behind him, so it looks like he's kind of playing kind of that defensive center mid. But again, like with DeRomo being an attacking center mid, like what would be nice to see is him going and attacking at defenders, going with pace at them. He can create so much. He's so great with the ball at his feet. So if he can go and take on a defender and then dump it off or slot it through, they're going to find a lot of success. It's not his style per se, but it would be great if he could just incorporate a little bit more of that for the attack.
Well, he has stepped into the attack with great effect in the past. And it seems like Wilmer Cabrera tinkered a little bit with the way things were shaping up in maybe the final 15 to 20 minutes of that first half. What further changes will we see here in half number 2?
And we talked about some of those keys of the game is just substitution. So it's really, really going to be important, like who comes on the field, what they add to that attack, to the energy of the team. So we're going to see some changes for sure.
That clearance comes straight to Ricky Ruiz. Calvillo. Torres trying to get there. Not in time.
And he's been so quiet. You know, he's been very subdued and quiet. He's very successful when he kind of gets drawn into the middle of the field, and he gets a lot of touches. So him being really out wide and hasn't really found the middle, he just doesn't get the ball a lot.
DeRoma, that's a collision. And that's a yellow card. I'm not sure I agree with the yellow card. Certainly a foul.
Yeah, certainly a foul.
But good work by Arturo Rodriguez to jump in front of that as DeRoma was trying to settle.
And just
that's a grab. A little more on the instant replay as we see it. Yeah, when you fasten yourself like a belt, chances are you're going to get a little something extra. Right out wide for Torres. Up for MD Myers. One-on-one with Chamasi.
Good job defending.
Great work by Chamasi to slide in on that, but Charleston getting it back. Landry now wide left. Little give and go, Landry from the byline. That's chopped back. Martinez trying to turn and fire, and it is deflected out. It will be a Charleston corner. Excellent work in the teeth of that. Martinez just couldn't work his way wide enough, or Rodriguez, I should say, to fire something squarely in on weight.
But great job by Ortiz. I mean, just really stepping in there and not allowing any kind of shot. I mean, you get a ball inside your 18-yard box, you got to do everything you can as a defender not to allow a shot off.
So Charleston with another corner kick, their fourth of the night. Locomotive has one.
And they have some big bodies in there, so you got to make sure that you don't lose your mark and that you stay goal side. What goal side is just facing the goal you're going to. So they got to make sure that they have their bodies in the right position. Just there you go, just to be able to defend properly.
Avila there on Juan David Torres' cross. Well,
and Andy Cabrera made 45 minutes, so we'll see how long he lasts in the second half.
Looked very active.
Yeah,
ready.
You wouldn't have.
Looked dangerous.
You wouldn't assume that he's not game fit.
Ricky Reese over the top. That's hopeful. Lots of white jerseys. And the Battery will bring it back. Here's Douglas Martinez. Good work by Jennings. Working up from Myers, who lost that one on the touch. Chamasi. Great work on the mark. Tracking back and making sure Myers had nowhere to go. Myers from NYCFC 2, and MLS Next Pro. That's a great touch. Jennings, Myers snuffed out by Jamali Waite. Oh, that had trouble written all over it.
That was dangerous, and he's just so lightning fast off his line. He's so athletic. It's very difficult to get a ball in behind the Locomotive because he's so quick to get off his line.
Memo Diaz trying to turn his Cabrera. Diaz again to the middle. Calvillo and Ortiz the switch. Reese with a little space. Good ball to Reese, who settles nicely. Torres back to Reese and back to Gabi Torres, the Brazilian. Good contest on the wing, and that will draw a foul.
And he's calling that on Gabi Torres. Interesting.
It's a foul won by Charleston. Little extra as both players vying for that from the seat of their pants. Douglas Martinez. Well, a little hand up high, but Martinez certainly made the most of it. That's well won by MD Myers. Jennings. Dangerous stuff here. Chamasi. Great kick away to get it to Ortiz and clear the danger. Chamasi's had to be on his game tonight with MD Myers and Cal Jennings. 16 goals for Jennings, 11 for Myers. They are the highest scoring team in the championship.
And that was better build-up for their attack. You know, they get the ball and they're counterattacking, and then they play the ball back, and then the defenders get in behind and recover. So it's nice. They got to have more urgency in their attack to play quickly. If they're going to switch it quickly. They're so good under pressure, the Locomotive, that they just need to trust that and just go a little bit more.
Jeroma keeps his defender at arm's distance. Back to Calvillo. Locomotive playing with possession. Jeroma will switch it. Ruiz heads it forward into space. Well done, Moreno. Crossing, far post. Nobody in dark blue until the far side. Here's Jeroma trying to line one up. Defenders staying in as Jeroma puts one in for Avila. That's headed out, but not out of trouble. Calvillo.
Like
they want a handball. That is going to be a handball. Little chicken wing. Off of Myers. And a free kick coming for Locomotive in a very dangerous spot. Christian Sorto on the bench. I would assume we're going to see number 11 tonight for Locomotive. The question is when and for whom. But right now, big opportunity. Eric Calvillo has scored free kicks before. He's back there. Ricky Reese and Di Cabrera as well. And how does this work? Like, who does somebody have seniority to take a free kick if they want to?
I mean, typically your best ball striker, like just, you know, you have those at practice.
Okay, here's Cabrera. Lifts one through the wall, but it's straight at Zamudio. That is Locomotive's first shot on goal.
Yeah, on goal. But yeah, I think, is typically the player that is just consistent. I mean, you could see Sordo. Well, that just didn't have enough pace on that. Sordo, time and time again on all his set pieces, he just has this incredible strike on the ball.
On the bench tonight, as we pointed out, there's a good cross in far post. Rodriguez. Back it comes, Malloy. Good front by Gabi Torres forces Malloy to go wide. That's rolled into a spot. Somebody zigged when they should have zagged.
This is where Locomotive has to go and go its pace and speed. And
Cal Jennings is going to go in the book. Take down on Torres. So Jennings back to defend, and a little word from the team captain to the man who has battery on top.
And again, he does a great job just stepping in, drawing that foul. He feels the defender on his back, and he does such a good job of just stepping in and just kind of forcing him to have to foul him.
Great work by the Brazilian midfielder. Gabi Torres has been such a critical part to the success of Locomotive's offense. Nine assists on the season.
And some incredible goals.
Incredible goals. Interceptions as well, defensively getting it done. From Salvador, Brazil. Really one of the stories of this Locomotive season. Reese. De Roma. Cabrera. Avila trying to turn. Ball is given up. Good intervention.
But I like it. I like that they're getting the ball into the strikers, and the strikers are going forward.
Landry was there to make the stop. Here's Jamali Waite to put one over the top. Well headed, comes to De Roma. Avila, good touch to the wing. Diaz. Avila. Chopped away Landry. Malloy. Torres, Landry, and wide.
Locomotive are very similar to like a Mexican national team style. Lots of touches, almost kind of similar to Spanish. There's lots of passes, lots of little touches, but what they're missing is just the urgency in their attacking third. There's got to be just someone that's going to go at a defender and take them on, get shots on. It's just touch, 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 and it's got to be a little bit more direct in the attacking third.
That's dangerous. Martinez runs that into trouble, and Moreno ready to pick his pocket. Here's Gabi Torres. Torres, Calvillo, Moreno. Reese. Chumasi. Gabi Torres. Torres lifting in the cross. That's off the head of Archer and out for Locomotive's second corner of the night.
And it's funny because it depends on what type of soccer you like, what kind of soccer you follow and watch. You watch a team that touches a lot of short passes. It's very similar to Manchester City. Manchester City is a team that really just touches and touches and touches. So you see that and you want them to play more direct and you want to see more attack. Right. And it's hard for them to change their style.
Man City also has Erling Haaland.
And Phil Foden.
Yep. Oh, flying attempt. Gabi Torres almost got that one. Would have been spectacular. But it kind of awkwardly scoots over the byline. And a goal kick coming.
Oh, and that was almost a scissors kick.
Beautiful effort by the Brazilian. A very Brazilian attempt. And we are hearing Christian Sorto is off the bench and warming up. We've spoke about the Locomotive Academy players. That's, well over the top. Ortiz, Ricky Reese, back to Chamasi. Good pressure by Charleston, but Chamasi sliding through and runs into his own player.
Yeah.
And now they're both down. Played forward. We play on. It comes to Myers, and he scores. Locomotive in the back. Got a play to the whistle, and MD Myers and Charleston Battery take full advantage. 2-0 to the visitors.
Got quite a few people hurt.
Chamasi is down. Ortiz down behind the play in the Charleston, in the Locomotive box. And it is a nod to the Locomotive training staff to come on and take a look. Chamasi, just an awkward collision with Torres, who is also still down.
And I think Ortiz actually needs a sub. I think he's looking, he had waved like he needed to come off.
Played forward, Malloy. Opportunistic, Martinez, or Torres rather, to MD Myers, and left on an island, Jamali Waite could do nothing. MD Myers with his 12th of the season on an absolute breakdown by Locomotive. Well, their central defender, Kofi Chamasi, coming way out into the middle of the pitch and then collides with Gabi Torres, who is now up under his own steam. Chamasi still down, being tended to by Locomotive head trainer Cody Simmons. Ortiz being tended to by Sarayo Acosta. Out behind the play. Let's see if we can see what happened here.
And I think he's hurt.
Yeah. You pointed out as Chamasi brought it up, Ortiz was already
he was unable to move.
And now Locomotive will have to make substitutions. Wilmer Cabrera.
Yeah, Ortiz looks like he's not coming back in.
He is under his own steam, but coming off slowly, and Wilmer Cabrera protesting to the official. Ben Pierman happy, and Cabrera receiving a caution from our center referee as the verbal continued. Servando Berna.
I'm sure Locomotive cannot afford to lose two of their defenders.
Right. We should point out Locomotive assistant Gerson Echeverri is serving a red card suspension. Earned that one versus North Carolina. Ortiz is off. Christian Sorto about ready to come on. Looks like Tony Alfaro will as well. Alfaro will come on for Palermo Ortiz, and Christian Sorto will replace Beto Avila. Chamasi looks like he's going to stay on, but has to go back to the touchline and be waved on by our center referee, Servando Berna. Avila comes off. We'll see if Christian Sorto can provide a little extra spark for Locomotive, now down 2-0. Well, it's not a foul. The referee under no obligation to stop play for two players of the same team who collide with each other.
And I think, it looked to be offside, but looking at the second replay, it looked that maybe just his Ortiz couldn't really step up and get them to be offside. He looked to be hurt, and I think he might have just kept that player just barely onside.
MD Myers scores his 12th of the season. It is 2-0 Charleston. The men who scored the goals have scored the goals for Charleston Battery. Locomotive needing those who do the same for El Paso to step up. Wilmer Cabrera looking for answers. Andy Cabrera will stay out at least for now. And I'm not sure if Locomotive is down by 2 goals that you can afford to bring him off.
No, I mean, they definitely are going to have to pressure. They're going to have a lot more high pressure. They're going to have to force Charleston to give the ball up. And capitalize on counterattacking them.
Here is Cabrera. Wide to Torres. Low driving ball looking for Andy Cabrera. It's cut out by M.D. Myers. Charleston Battery continuing to ride with this group. No substitutions for Ben Pierman.
And they need to just think of going forward and just, I mean, again, possession at this point is not your friend. Like, they need to find a little bit more direct play. They need to have players take on defenders, go 1v1. Down 2-0, you got to take a lot more risk.
'66th minute, Locomotive has yet to find an answer. Trying to avoid a third consecutive defeat. Here is Torres. Steps in and lets one fly. That one's off of Malloy. No, it isn't. It's hooked away. It'll be a goal kick.
And not his best game today. This is definitely not his best game. It really affects the team because when he's on, I mean, he's so dangerous. And he creates so much and all the players around him. So he really has to find a way to get back in this game.
Well, Locomotive, we pointed out the tightness of the Western Conference standings. Really needing a result in short order.
Oh,
that's almost, well, that is given away. Andy Cabrera. Calvillo. Touched in. Right wing, it'll be brought down for Sorto by Torres. Reese steps in. Tries to put it out wide and an easy touch away. And now a takedown from behind Douglas Martinez. Advantage played. Charleston.
That's a good job stepping
Torres,
in.
Indeed. Chumasi was back out on the pitch and needed to be there.
He's a presence back there.
Malloy looks up. Torres, good thought, trying to play it one touch to Jennings. But again, El Paso on it. Kofi Chumasi doing the work. Always one of the more quiet players in the field for Locomotive, but absolutely integral to any defensive success.
And it's interesting, he's both times these recent touches, he's looking to get into the attack a little bit or just trying to create something.
That'll be out for a Locomotive throw. And now 2 substitutions coming as we start into the 69th minute for Charleston Battery. Emilio Icaza in for Juan David Torres. And it will be Rubio Robin in for Cal Jennings. So a couple of the attacking mainstays of this Battery team will come off.
I'm sure if you're a Locomotive, you're excited to see that man get off the field.
Right. Cal Jennings has put in a shift. Scored the opener. Has been a danger man all first half and second half long, but his race is run.
Oh, dangerous ball, square across the middle.
Right into the middle. Rodriguez. Landry. It's a big switch. Flag goes up. Miss anyway. They get it out to Rubio Rubin, former Real Salt Lake man himself.
"20 minutes. There's got to be more urgency, more pressure, more forwardness. They need to play forward more." There you go.
There's Ruiz over the top for Sorto. That's the way to start it. Charleston, good job, and back, and that'll be taken away by Zamudio. Locomotive crashes in. Stretching to get back and doing so just in time as Martinez. Here is Rubin. Rubin quickly in to orchestrate. Emiliano Rodriguez about to come in for Locomotive FC. Former Academy player. We talked about that Academy team. He, along with Omar Mora, Kenneth Hoban, Jose Luis Villagomez, all a part of Locomotive's roster here on game day. Now, here is Rodriguez off to the left, a little overcooked on this narrow pitch in El Paso. But 71st minute, and Locomotive has not found a way forward here tonight so far. We're hearing that Andy Cabrera will be subbed out for Emiliano Rodriguez. So, good 70-plus minutes for El Paso's leading scorer.
Probably a lot more than expected. And not quite in full stride, but definitely of the opportunities that Locomotive had, he was a part of all of them.
Into the middle, here's Malloy. Quickly out to Icaza. Emilio Icaza. Certainly familiar with Wilmer Cabrera, as Icaza played for Toros FC in the Rio Grande Valley.
And it takes one goal to get back in this game. I mean, if they can get a goal already, 2-1, it's a completely different game.
But they've got to get it.
They got to get a goal.
Only one shot on goal, and it came off the direct kick from Eric Calvillo. Rather, Andy Cabrera. That's touched back. A little overplayed by DeRoma. And here is Landry. Off to the left, played forward, Icaza. Icaza through. That doesn't land where he wants it to, and Memo Diaz had something to do with that. Trying to find Rodriguez. Over the top, way off his line. That's coming to Sorto. That was almost disaster for Zamudio. He saw the danger, came out to face it, and almost had to pay the price. Out it comes. Cabrera still there, the takedown. Fans want the penalty shout. Usu Landry with the challenge. None provided. And the flag goes up for offside on M.D. Myers.
And similar foul earlier from the penalty they called earlier. It was the same amount of contact, so.
Penalty shot for Locomotive. We'll see if we can come up with a replay at some point. Here's Alfaro to switch. Diaz. Cabrera still doing the work and earns the foul this time. And now we will have the substitution. 74 minutes in, Andy Cabrera has really put in a shift. Out for the El Pasoan. Actually a native of Ciudad Juarez, but a part of Locomotive's academy for a number of years. Emiliano Rodriguez scored his first professional goal versus Las Vegas Lights. That comes to Sorto immediately. That's the response you want to see.
Exactly. You want to see someone with that attitude to go forward, shoot, get something on goal.
eFootball is here. Live your dream, rep your team, and play as your favorite USL Championship club. eFootball free to play. Download now. Stretching for this, Rodriguez will bring it down. Myers is still there, still dangerous. He scored the second for Battery tonight. Challenged by Calvillo. Throw in for Locomotive. A reminder, your 2026 season tickets for Locomotive FC available now. For more information, head to eplocomotivefc.com/tickets or Locomotive social media to learn more about becoming a full-time Loco next season. You get all the ins when they do specialty jerseys, things like there are ways to get in on all those goodies.
And they're cool. Oh, here we go.
Here is Moreno.
Oh, great.
Nice move. Moreno off the top of the bar.
That was the opportunity. What a great touch to get in and just beat his defender.
Goodness gracious, Armando Moreno.
Great touch here, just
nutmegs.
And again, across the ball, across the box. You play that, you have a runner on top of the box. Hopefully that runner's super far wide. It's you go near post, you're either missing it or you're scoring it. When you miss it, it's super disappointing.
Again, you speak from experience, it sounds like.
You know, it's tough because those are like the goals that are highlight goals, but really in reality, like you don't want to hit near post there. You want to play that ball far post. You make the keeper come up with some kind of deflection and you give the team an opportunity for a second chance. But brilliant work. I mean, just getting in and beating that player.
Ball. Yeah. Gabi Torres there. Locomotive will let that one roll out for a throw. Moreno made it work. Big opportunity for Locomotive's second leading goal scorer. Locomotive still trying to make something here in the closing minutes on Noche de Loco. It hasn't been very local for Locomotive tonight. Still some opportunity for craziness. Here's DeRoma. Hopeful cross. DeRoma finds a way to make contact with somebody and just kind of shoot off.
Yeah, and just bounce off.
Peel away, bounce off, and find the ball. Here is Rodriguez. Diaz crossing. Headed out of trouble. In the back there was Aponanu. Back it comes though. Reese will have a go, and that's sliced away. I'm not real clear on golf. Is that a hook or a slice?
Slice.
Slice.
No.
Okay.
Yes, a slice.
Okay. '78th minute. The USL Championship and League One are on CBS Sports and ESPN platforms all season long. Catch live matches and expert analysis every day on the CBS Sports Golazo Network and ESPN Plus. Go to USLChampionship.com or USLLeague1.com for the complete USL TV listings.
But what's also nice is Gabi Torres is actually now more in the middle of the field, which is great.
Yep. Soto can't get there in time. Good work by Calvillo to be the man in the right spot. Here's Diaz. That's dangerous. Good pressure by Rodriguez, but Diaz pretty heady to sky up. And win that back for his keeper. Big cross there for Soto. Will bring it down in the corner. Reese has it go.
Drills him.
Moreno. Yep. Played back for Moreno from Calvillo, and a missed opportunity again for El Paso. Here is Icasa running into space. It's Myers too far ahead. Jamali Waite keeps it moving.
And they got to keep pressing, get going forward.
It's Tony Alfaro filling in for Palermo Ortiz. It's problematic seeing your team captain go down with a non-contact injury, at least as far as we know. Here is Alfaro. Slides that one forward. A little off target. Throw in coming, though, for El Paso. Into the 80th minute. Locomotive needing to come up with something. Here is Soto. Beautifully done to the corner. Rolls one in. It's a slow roller. That's
not
right back up
called.
again. That's not going to be called, and Moreno knows it.
Aye.
And that's a foul on El Paso. Icasa. DeRoma needing to be cautious. He's on a yellow card. As is Ricky Reese.
I mean, not
a whole lot.
Not a whole lot.
But the foul is whistled. I think overall our officiating staff has done a pretty solid job. I would love to see if we could find the replay of the collision with Andy Cabrera at the edge of the 18.
And he's been relatively consistent.
Largely he has. Here's Rodriguez. Can't hang on to that one. Apanonu with it again. Trying to lead MD Myers out of the back. Well done, Chumasi.
So athletic.
Right? Played forward. Little back heel. Rodriguez trying to work some timing with Amanda Moreno to no avail. It's like Locomotive trying to get into gear, but they have just not found the way forward tonight.
And again, they haven't found it all game. There just hasn't been that extra gear.
Locomotive about ready to bring in Robert Coronado, who will replace Gabi Torres. And Torres has certainly run his race, as you point out, maybe not his best game, but it does make you wonder, with the impact that Gabi Torres usually has in a game, maybe he's dealing with a bit of an injury.
Yeah, and I mean, this season is extremely long. At this part of the season, it's hard. You're going out of town, you're traveling, you're playing, you're coming back, you're playing. I mean, it's a long season. And to be honest, they look kind of tired.
Charleston
just not fresh legs. Sorry.
Sure. Well, Graham Smith, a defender coming on to replace MD Myers, so a defensive substitution certainly.
And you see Coronado that came in, he's going to be playing up, so it looks like they're playing one less defender. They're going to play 3 in the back, add a midfielder, try to get more in the attack.
Reese. 3 in the back. We'll see if that leads to any dynamism. Good effort by Icaza. Wins that one away from Calvillo. Apanonu. Play back from Malloy. The Irishman has been a steadying presence. Appropriately numbered 6 on the night. He's done that work. Icaza. That's off his foot and out. That AR has been getting an earful from players of both sides tonight. Here's Reese. That's a shove in the back. Icaza. Foul is whistled. Icaza knows what he's doing. And here is Coronado.
And he's got a...
Over the top. That's going to get away and...
Corner.
Did it go over the byline? It did. It is a corner kick. Oponenu trying to get back in time. Just couldn't make it. And here is Calvillo. Not playing this one short. They just need a physical presence. Here's where you miss Ortiz.
Yeah.
Into the middle of the box, headed out of trouble. Brought down DeRoma. Reese and Diaz. Diaz good chop back. Spins. Calvillo playing well wide. Chased by Malloy, who wins the ball. Oh, nicely done by the Irishman. Played forward, and that's easily cut out by Alfaro. Landry will keep it moving. Back from Malloy. How do you do? Frank DeRoma looking for a foul, but Locomotive keeps possession.
And so good. Just so good on the ball.
That's advantage played. Icaza, good ball, or good thought anyway by Rodriguez. It will come to Moreno and blasts one over the bar. Sorto wanted that ball played to him. It's a good interception by Charleston to force the issue, but Moreno coming up with that. and deciding to take it himself. Not a bad idea.
I don't hate it. I mean,
right.
Someone's got to get in there and attempt to get shots on goal and
sure
attack. I mean, you can't just keep playing the ball around.
Locomotive with just 2 shots on target tonight. 6 for Charleston Battery. And
definitely not the best that you've seen Locomotive play. You know, they definitely have. We've seen a lot better, a lot sharper, a lot more energy.
Mel Cabrera looking for answers. I think I may have said that more than once tonight.
He has yet to find them.
Yep. And this is Douglas Martinez, who is down, being tended to by head trainer Bobby Weisenberger. With the trainer on the pitch, he'll have to come off for a bit. But seems to be in decent enough shape. Might be a sub in the offing, though. Perhaps 2. Mark Segbers will come on. And Dos Santos for Douglas Martinez. So indeed, Martinez's night is done. That'd be a decently healthy amount of stoppage time, though, at the end of this.
Yeah, they probably have at least 10 more minutes.
Nathan Dos Santos coming to Charleston from Riverhounds, Ontario, Canada native. And Arturo Rodriguez, his night is done. Replaced by Mark Segbers. Coming to Charleston from the Miami FC. '88th minute, chipped over the top. Chumasi there to intervene again. Rubio Robin. The danger man for Charleston Battery now. Rubin with 3 goals coming into tonight.
And, you know, nothing like spectacular with Charleston. I mean, they had a penalty.
Yep.
They had kind of a weird play that Locomotive thought was going to be stopped. Wasn't. 3 players were almost down. They took advantage, scored a goal. I wouldn't say it was spectacular.
Leland Archer whistled for the foul, and a free kick coming for Calvillo. A little bit of a late whistle, but I think Servando Berna wanted to see how things
So they'll play this like
came
a
out.
corner.
Yep. Reese and Calvillo. Memo Diaz also there if they want to play it around. Reese, far post. Sorto lines one up. Cannot put that on frame, well wide.
That's who you want the ball with.
Certainly. Sorto not able to find the range there, though. And into the 89th minute we go. About ready to head to minute 90. Charleston has the proceedings well under control. We are hearing 6 minutes of stoppage time. That sounds about right. Spinning out, it is Rodriguez. Draws the foul. Good work by Emiliano Rodriguez. Diaz. That is cut out by Landry.
Aye.
Over the top. That's won but lost over the byline by Segbers. In a battle with Chamasi, he won the battle but lost the war.
Jerome needs to take that space, go forward.
6 minutes of stoppage time officially up and on the board. DeRoma trying to get the good work by Rodriguez. Emiliano Rodriguez able to put it wide. Here's Reis. Sorto. Chamasi.
And it's interesting because Locomotive likes to get wide, play it out wide, but they don't serve balls in all the time. They're just getting wide, playing it then short, playing it back. It's interesting because you see that a lot. You get the ball out wide and you want to serve a ball in, get numbers in the box and serve those balls in.
DeRoma does so. Trying to find Sorto. It'll find Reis after it's bounced around off of Battery defenders. Reis, good cross into the circumstances from the byline. A footed effort. DeRoma's trying to get on that ball along with Segbers, and that is a advantage played for Charleston. That was a foul on DeRoma. But here is Charleston. Landry. Chased back by DeRoma.
Nice
good work.
move.
Landry. It's chopped out, still trying to get on that one, and Alfaro rifles that one forward. That looked like it went over the line in back of El Paso. That's an offside flag. Right at the midway stripe.
I mean, he was a foot offside.
Right. The AR making the call as Locomotive came over. You can't be offside in your own half, but you can on the other. And one step over the midway stripe is enough. Landry taken down. Native of Ivory Coast, Husu Landry. Former New Mexico United player. Into the third of 6 added. But so far, Charleston able to keep possession of the ball. Of course, take all the time in the world.
Yeah, and again, like they came out with a goal early on, and they played exactly how they needed to play, maintaining possession, not giving up balls, bad balls. They were very conservative and just played very smart.
Icaza could not run that one down. Quick restart here. Reis. Lead ball for Sorto. Over the top. Sorto's not going to be able to get on it.
And they've done such a great job getting numbers behind the ball. Anytime that Locomotive has gone into the attack or, attacked that mid-third to attacking third, they have been able to slow them down, get numbers behind the ball, and then just force Locomotive to play back. And then it's been this slow possession type game. And so that's exactly what they've been successful doing. They haven't, shots on goal, 2 shots on goal this entire game for Locomotive. So, they've literally held them to not do much of any kind of attack.
Here is Reis. Sorto. Rodriguez. Diaz playing that one forward. A little battle for it. That'll be a throw in for Charleston Battery. Deflected off of Rodriguez. Nathan Dos Santos knows what to do. Not only a Canadian by nationality, ties to Portugal and Hong Kong because of his parents. Rodriguez, good effort here, trying to chop it forward. It is deflected. Charleston Battery has been solid defensively all night long.
They really have. They just really haven't given up anything in the back.
And that's been part of the issue for Locomotive, quite frankly. It's a very, very good team.
Yeah, I mean, they are. They're absolutely a good team, so we can't take anything away from that. I mean, they're smart, and again, they play exactly their style, and they've been super successful at that, just possessing. And when an opportunity comes, first half they had 4 shots on goal, 2 of them goal. Well,
yep.
1 of them goal, 2 of them goals.
Right. Well, that's a tough challenge.
Memo
Diaz is going to get a yellow card here. A little bit extra left in on Icasa, who is in pain. Slid right in.
Kind of folded funny.
Yeah. Into the final minute of 6 added. We might have a little more besides.
It's also theatrics. But that's soccer.
Memo Diaz saying, who, me? Giving the Alfred E. Newman. Icasa. Pops right back up. 28-year-old from St. Petersburg, Florida. And Charleston Battery playing out the string here. Played forward. Segbers into the corner. And that is the end of the match. A 2-0 win for the visitors. Charleston Battery shuts out El Paso. Wilmer Cabrera, handshake for Ben Pierman. But in the live standings, Locomotive slipping to 6th from 5th to 6th. But there are other matches yet to finish in the USL on this evening. New Mexico United in Monterrey to play Monterey Bay in California. Here tonight, though, the final score, Locomotive FC 0, Charleston Battery 2, and the Battery juggernaut rolls on. We'll be back to wrap things up here from El Paso after this. A look at the highlight standings, and we'll run down our players of the match, plays of the match as well as we continue. Locomotive, 3 losses on the bounce. More after this.
A mailbox with Pack and Ship Express gives you a real street address and the ability to receive packages from all carriers, not just the post office. Protect yourself against identity theft and protect your home address. No more porch pirates, no more missed deliveries, and you'll get email and text notifications when you receive a package. We have personal business and corporate mailboxes to meet your needs, plus 24-hour access. It's all at Pack and Ship Express, 6112 North Mesa in the Thunderbird Shopping Center. The Labor Day sale has been extended all month long at Fun Country RV and Marine. You'll find huge discounts all month long on boats and RVs. Fun Country RVs has a huge selection of boats like Landau, G3, Viaggio. Fun Country RV is the largest parts dealer in the Southwest. Check out our parts and service department for all your boat or RV needs. Take the Anthony Exit 0 to Fun Country RV or find us online at funcountryrvs.com.
Back, 8th notch, still waving the flags and drumming the drums, but it is a Charleston Battery victory here in El Paso. Locomotive FC 0, Charleston Battery 2. Duke, Keith, Holly, Cohen, Mata with you. Locomotive just never really able to get untracked, Holly.
No, they just came out, they flat. It looked like heavy legs, maybe not fresh. Just everyone kind of possessing the ball, and unfortunately, in the first few minutes, they get a penalty kick, and I think it just really played into the way Charleston played, and they played a really tough team, and Charleston's a great team, so we can't take that away from them.
All right, let's take a look at our GECU save of the game. Guess who? Jamali Wade,
Absolutely.
who was on one tonight. Cal Jennings was headed for the far post. Jamali Wade, the Jamaican international, stopping Jennings cold.
Such a great job just keeping his feet moving, anticipating that ball, and just getting a hand on that.
and your physical therapy balance and hand centers play of the game, and that is Eric Calvillo. Just waited for Rodriguez to slide right into it.
Yeah, like a slip and slide, just kind of came on through.
Comes in down, makes that sliding tackle from his side. Well done by the all-time leader in appearances for Locomotive FC. And as you would imagine, Locomotive FC's estrella of the match is Jamali Waite.
It's time now for your estrella of the match. Frida, take it away.
Locos, help me welcome tonight's estrella of the match, Jamali Waite. Jamali, tough result tonight, but against a good team in Charleston. What needs to happen in training this week to come back next Friday at home?
I think for us, the big thing we're missing now is, making the best of our chances. We had a lot of chances tonight where we either didn't really get it on target or didn't get a shot off. So I think that has to be a big focus going into this week. When we get the chances, we need to put them away.
There were a lot of young soccer players here tonight. What advice would you give them as they begin their soccer journeys?
It's a marathon, not a sprint. Just, keep working hard and definitely enjoy the day-to-day moments, because that's the best.
You recently got a new job as a dad. What has that been like for you as you adjust to life with a little one?
It's been great. Definitely a big adjustment, but, just going home to him after practices and just being with him every day and, just playing this game so he can be proud of me. And, that's what I live for right now, really.
Thank you, Jamali. Let's give it up for Jamali Waite, everyone.
Jamali Waite, your estrella of the match tonight, and that is well-deserved. 6 shots on target for Charleston Battery, and he saved all but 4 of them. All but 2 of them, I should say. As Cal Jennings converting from the spot, that turns out to be the match winner, and I know Wilmer Cabrera, we saw him kind of bending the ear of the referees for the way that second goal was scored, but the match winner was scored in minute number 5.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, I think the Locos need to really sharpen up that first 10 minutes of the first half. They've struggled in the last few games, giving up early goals and just always having to come to try to play from behind and get it back. So that's tough. So I think, if they could come out in these next few games and actually get a goal before the other opposing team, I think they'll have a really good chance of, winning these games.
Back next Friday here at Southwest University Park. Our thanks to you for joining us tonight. For our team, our producer John Morgan, director Cesar Ruiz, for Halico and Mata, I'm Duke Keith. The final score once again from El Paso on Noche de Loco. Locomotive FC 0, Charleston Battery 2. So long, everybody.
Copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.